My name is Sunday Bada. I am here again to teach you guys how to solve mathematics question. Today's topic is bearing. Bearing. Now let's begin. Let's start from question 1. A plane moves from a town X to a town Y 30 kilometers apart in the direction 60 degree and then change direction moving to a point Z in the direction of 120 degree. If the point Z is due east of X, find the distance of the point Z from X. Now let's begin. If you look at the question, where is the plane is moving from? From a town X. It means that town X is the starting point. Starting point. This is a starting point of the, and the direction it move in a bearing of 60 degree. When you count 1, 2, 3, from here to here is 90, isn't it? It does not mean whether you get actual 60 degree. Just know that from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 60 before it gets to the 90, counting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and move here is 90 degree. Now we assume that from here to here, like this, from here to here is what? 60 degree. And it move how many kilometer? It moved 30 kilometer to where? To a town Y. This is the town Y, 60 degree. Let me write the distance. The distance is what? 30 kilometer that it moved the plane. And the question say then, when the question say then change direction, it means that where it stop, that's where it will begin the journey again. Yes, we will start from the point Z. It means that moving what direction? 120 degree again. Then, when question say then, it means that where it stop, that's where it will begin the journey again. Now, if you look at here from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is 90 already, 90 degree. You start from 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 120. 120 will stop here. It means that from years to year, from years to year is 120 degree. 120 degree, and it move like this. If you look at the question at the end, it said that if the point Z is due east of X, for example, let's say this is X and this is north, this is east, this is south, and this is west, isn't it? And the question say if the point Z is due east, let me see, this is the point Z, and is what? Is due east of X. It means that this X east here, it means that they are joined together here. That it face the opposite of the east of the X. It means that the Z is what? If the point Z is due east of X, X, this is east of X, it move and join together from there. Now let's begin to plot our this thing. If you look at here, it's 190. The remaining 1 year, what is it going to give us? It's going to give us what? 30 degree. This space is going to be 30 degree, and this space inside here is going to be what? Because from here to here is 30, the remaining from here should be 60 degree, because this is another 90. Angle of straight line, isn't it? 90. And if you look at here as well, from here to here is what? If you look at here, this space is 60 and this space will be 60 degree. Angle of alternative angle. Something like this. Let me draw it like this. If this space is 60 degree, this space will be 60 degree. It is called angle of alternative angle. It's the same thing as this one that we have here. The same way like this. Because this space is 60 degree and this space will be what? 60 degree. That's why we have 60 degree here. And the total of the degree of the point Y will be what? Will be 120 degree. 120 degree. Now the question now said that find the distance of the Z from X. It means that the question said that we should find the distance from X and Y here. Maybe let's call that one small letter Y, because it is opposite of capital Y, which is the point of Y. We call that one Y. This X, small letter X of X, and this space will be small letter of z. Now, what formula are we going to use to calculate this one? Because that's what the question say we should look for. Find the distance between z from x. Now we have angle that face this one, and we have the angle that face. Okay, this space will be 30. If you look at here, this is a 90. If this space is 60 and the remaining one here will be what? 30 degree. This space will be 30 degree. I can draw it again so that we understand. This space will be 120 degree as point y, and this space will be z, and this space will be x. This way will be 30 because from here to here is 60. 90 minus 60 is, because this space is right angle. Right angle is something like this. When you have something like this, 90, and we have seen that from here to here is 60. The remaining one from here, which is 90, when you say 90 minus 60, is going to give us 30 degree. It means that the remaining side is 30 degree, that is inside there. Therefore, the question say we should look for this small letter of the, and here we have what do we have here? The question say that we have 30 degree from here, isn't it? 30 kilometer, around 30 kilometer, and this space we want to look for the question. Yes, like I was saying, this space will be also angle of alternate angle. This space will be 30 degree as well, like this, the way it's curved like this. If this space is 30 degree, this space will be 30 degree. It is called alternative angle. It means that this space is 30 and this space will be what? 30 degree as well. Now, which formula are we going to use to look for this answer? The distance between the z and x. We are going to use sine rule formula. Sine rule formula is this it? Sine y, capital letter Y, over small y equals to, and this one, if you look at this one has a side, one side which is 30 kilometer distance. Therefore, we are going to use this z, because you must use one that is complete and use the one that is not complete, so that we only know that this is one, this y is unknown. We know this 30 degree, we know the side, and sine z, capital letter Z over small z. Now let's begin. What is sine y? The sine y is 120 degree divided by small y. What is the small y? We don't know. That's what we are looking for. Is equal to, what is our sine z? Our sine z is 30 degree divided by the small z. The small z is the opposite, the angle that face the opposite of that z is 30. That's the side, which is 30 kilometer. Now, what you are going to do, if you press your calculator, press sine 120 and sine 60, is going to give you the same thing. Instead of using sine 120 degree, we can use sine 60 degree. Because when you say 180 minus 120 degree, is going to give you what? 60 degree. When you press calculator, sine 60 degree is the same thing that will give you sine 120 degree. Now, let's begin. Cross multiplication. Now let's move to the next page so that we continue from there. Sine 120, like I said earlier, that is going to change to 60 degree, because it's the same thing. When you press calculator sine 160 degree, it's going to give you the same answer as sine 60 degree. Now let's move to the next page to continue from there. Now I've changed the sine 120 to 60 degree. Now let's cross multiply. This one multiply by this. We have sine y sine 30 degree equals to sine 60 degree multiplied by this 30. Now let's divide both sides by coefficients of y. Sine 30 degree divided by sine 30 degree. Sine 30 here, sine 30 here, cut out. We have, what is our sine 60? Sine 60 in a short form is the same thing, because if you look at your answer, you see that your answer is in a short form. See, sort 3 sort 3. Therefore, we are going to do what? Convert this thing not to a decimal place of 0 point something by using calculator. We are going to use the short form to convert our sine 60. Our sine 60 is square root of 3 divided by 2 multiplied by 30 divided by, what is sine 30? Sine 30 is 0.5. The 0.5 we are going to divide, we are going to convert it in a short form or fraction, which what is 0.5? 0.5 is equivalent to 1 divided by 2. It's the same thing. This is what they call half, because when you press calculator, 1 divided by 2 is going to give you 0.5. It's the same thing as sine 30 is 0.5. Now this is division, isn't it? Now say is equals to square root of 3 multiplied by 2 by 30. Now this is division. By the time it come division, let me first write division divided by 1 over 2, because this division, yes, that's why I brought this 1 divided by 2. I brought it up as division that divided, which this division. Now if I want to change the division to multiplication, it means that this denominator will come up and this one will come down. We have square root of 3 divided by 2 multiplied by 30 multiplied by 2 over 1. Now what is the next thing we are going to do? We will divide. 2 can go here and 2 can go here. What do we have left? We have y. Square root of 3 multiplied by 30 is going to give us 30 square of 3. This is our final answer. Let's go and confirm our answer from the previous page. 30 square root of kilometer. Our option, the correct answer is option B. Thank you for listening. I remain Sunday Bada. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this. Bye bye.